Welcome to the Town of Fairfield Shellfish Commission meeting, August 13th, 2025. A call to order. We do have a quorum present: John Short, Hugh Stein, Sean Cohen, Lizette Anhofer, Cindy Wakeman on a Zoom, Kendra Wingate on the Zoom. All right, so we have to go to the approval of draft meeting minutes. Since we didn't have a meeting last month, we have to approve the minutes.
Bruce is here.
For June 11th. It says May 14th on there for some reason also. I don't know what that's
There's also a
I
June.
have a June 11th.
What's that?
I have June 11th.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a June 11th underneath it.
Well, I don't know what the May 14th is on. For. All right. Has everyone had a chance to look at that? Any questions, corrections, changes?
No. I move that we approve them.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved.
May 14th was approved previously.
Motion approved to approve the minutes of June 11th, 2025, that was. All right,
I'm sorry, John, can I ask a question?
sure.
Is it possible, was there a quorum at the June meeting?
June meeting,
Yes.
yes, there was a quorum because that was
Because we said
3
the
days
minutes.
before the clam clinic.
Okay, because I was wondering if that's why they have the May 14th minutes on here. All right, thank you, sorry.
Yeah,
No, members present. Bruce, myself, Cindy.
The July meeting, we did not have a quorum.
right, just last month.
I missed them both.
Okay, so now we have to, we didn't have any minutes for last month, so we move on. Is that correct?
We had,
I did
Draft.
do minutes.
Did you do minutes?
yes, we have minutes
Right.
for July. We did not vote on anything, we just made statements to the effect of what was
Right.
going on.
All right, so we.
That's here.
Does everyone want to take a look at the July 9th, 2025 minutes? I know it was me and Bruce, so,
Just one page, right?
No, it's two sides.
yeah, go to the back. Looks good to me, so.
I move that we approve the draft minutes of July 9th.
What are we approving with water and
We're
habitat
approving that
quality?
what was written down is accurate. It's not that we actually acted on anything. We didn't allocate any money. We didn't, but this is what we discussed. We reported on,
We ran through the meeting, did our reports, and we're approving those minutes.
I was just wondering, because I just recently read something about the water quality
About it.
in the town. Being graded by the Save the Sound.
Has nothing to do with these minutes. We're approving the minutes. So our water quality is we do our own
A separate
testing.
issue.
It's a separate thing. All right, so who wants to second the motion to approve the minutes of July?
I wasn't here.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Motion approved. All right, let's move on from the minutes. Committee reports. clam relay and planting. We didn't have a meeting last month, or a quorum. I wanted to vote on approving funds to do a relay. So there's, all the clams that are out there are what we put in at the, before the clinic. So we need to do a relay. I think we could probably get one done. I know the tide's perfect now, but in 2 weeks. So if we do a relay now, we have to shut for 2 weeks from the day we do the relay. It may push into Labor Day. We'll be closed. Do you think that's a big deal? Or do we?
I think
is it more important
it's better to be
get the
open, I think it's better to be open for Labor Day.
clams open for Labor Day?
Although, you know, I had somebody say to me they went clamming and there weren't very many clams there.
Well, no.
Can we do a
wouldn't be.
market buy?
We could.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. What do we spend for the clinic? We spent,
4,500.
we spend the full 2,500 and we put out about 9,000 clams. So if we do a relay and we get anywhere from 80 to 100 bushels, or even more, maybe 120 bushels. So 100 bushels is approximately 27,000 clams, and that's 2,500 bucks.
You get 3 times.
But we have to close
Right,
for the
but then
2
we're
weeks.
closed, but I think being that's a long weekend, a holiday weekend, I think we should be open. We push for people to get these permits. I think
We
the
could do
event
a
should be-
smaller market buy.
yeah, do a smaller buy. We don't have to do as big a buy as we did. But I think
It should be open, it's a big holiday weekend.
It should be open. We've been pushing to get people to buy
So-
these permits.
Yep.
And then can we do a relay
So
in the fall?
I say if we do it, if we're gonna do a small market buy to put some clams out there so people get them on Labor Day. We do it right before the Labor Day weekend, a couple days before, 2 or 3 days. And then we'll put some posts out that, you know, get your permits, we're seating for the, for Labor Day. We're doing a relay right after that, that's gonna put another, what did I say, 7,000 or
Right,
30,000 clams out there.
Last year, look how nice it still was in September. So if we do a relay right after Labor Day, we're closed for 2 weeks. People, there's still plenty of time to be out there
So
in late September, October.
what are we thinking? $500 worth of clams, $1,000 worth of clams?
I say 1,000.
That'll be about, what, 3,000 clams?
4,500, yeah.
2,500, 3,000, so that's a pretty good amount of clams, I guess. And then we'd have to do a relay, that's gonna be another $2,500. 3,500 on clams for the end of the year, which, I mean, we do have the money in the account. It's
we're
come
good.
Is that
in.
more than usual?
We have a decent amount. No,
It's about the same.
well, we're down a little bit, we spent some money.
How many clam licenses did we sell this year? Has that
Um,
increased?
295.
Yeah, so,
Is that up from last year?
No, it's down.
It's down from last year, but it's up from previous years by a lot. I mean,
So,
we used to not sell
if we-
anywhere near that
We
much.
try to promote it a little bit, but, so let's go back to the clam relay. So that's $3,500 we'll be spending on clams, and we have about 23,000 and change in the account. So,
We spent a 1,000 for a relay.
1,000 for a market buy.
Market buy, and 2,500 for a relay.
And we've made almost 5,000 in permits. So
Oh, we have?
Yeah.
So we'll go over a little bit on the spending of the clams, but I think people expect there to be clams up there.
I think so.
So maybe we should do a market buy, so we get the clams right in the water. And we're gonna do this right before Labor Day. Hopefully they'll sell me the clams, they should.
Maybe a week before, as people are starting to.
Yeah, a week before is fine, right? Okay, we
People
can
are
do
heading out
that.
there
So,
before school starts and, you know, getting their last days in at the beach. I think it's a good idea. Maybe have
We're going
them in there for
to-
the last 2 weekends of the summer.
right, so does someone wanna make a motion to spend $3,500 on clams via relay or market buy?
I'll make a motion to spend $3,500 for clams via relay or market buy. Can I get a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved to spend $3,500 on buying clams. All right. After that, there won't be any more planting this year. That should cover us. Normally, we do one in November, but we'll have spent a lot of money on plants already. And the relay should put a ton out there. I'll push them to stay out as long as they can.
Yeah.
Or start as early as we can. Get as many clams on the boat as possible. All right. Water and habitat quality. What's that?
So, for the month of July, July 31st, we had 1.91 inches of rain. The day Shellfish was closed the calendar year 22. How many were closed in? We had no closures in July. So we were open the full month.
Yes. We were open the whole time. There's been no rain. Tiny little bit.
I know a little bit.
Anything else on water and habitat? Did you want to talk about the, so the sound study did say that Sasko Beach was rated poorly. But I'm not sure if they're checking for a different bacteria than what we check for. It did say E. coli, but we always pass, and our numbers are really low, like 14 parts per million or something like that. So it was also that Cali Crest did a little reel on the same exact thing. And if it is something different, it affects our permit sales. I don't think that was really a great thing that person did and put that online. It's almost seems actionable to me, but we'll live with it. They should really do something that promotes what we do versus, it's a mixed message.
Sasko Beach has not been closed.
No, but it came out with like a D in the sound study, and the reel that was done online basically says it's one of the dirtiest beaches in the state.
But, yeah, it's going around. It's viral. People are saying we were an A-, now we're a D-. So,
Tim, what are you hearing on this? Or what are you hearing from Sands? Or what are you hearing from
If you like
Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec? I mean, is Sands Cleary saying anything or?
Yeah, I mean, from what I know, the beach rating related to water quality has gone up and down in the past. I think it's timing and frequency of sampling. I think it's weather related. Too much rain, not enough rain, warm temperatures. I think there's so many factors that I think that the grades are poor representation of real world conditions, but that's just my opinion. I haven't had any formal conversations with the health department, but yeah, obviously you see that and it's kind of sticker shock. But it doesn't mean it's a bad beach.
I have to say that I have been kayaking at Sasko Beach and around the corner, and the water clarity is phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, you can see down 3 feet. It is clear as a bell. So if you go into Ash Creek, you can see the bottom when there's 3 feet of water. When I was kayaking the day before yesterday on Jennings Beach, it's obviously not Sasko Beach, but you could see, 3 feet down.
Well,
And that was a 7-foot tide, 7.7.
yeah, Tim's right, these numbers do go up and down, and it could be the sampler, it could be anything. A boat could have went by not long before they, stirred up the bottom or something, but I still think that whatever Parks and Rec test the water for, to open and close swimming, like Bridgeport closed their beaches to swimming today for high bacteria counts. But I don't think it's the same coliform bacteria, I'm not sure.
Tim, is it appropriate for you to request the methodology from Save the Sound so that we can speak knowledgeably about how do they look at the quality? How do we look at it?
that's a good question.
Yeah, absolutely. I could do, I could make an inquiry for whatever you want. That we work with them separately on water quality in Southport Harbor, which is a different study and a different grade. Um, so yeah, I'm happy to do that. I have a relationship with Save the Sound, but like I said, it's you know today might be a D, tomorrow could be an A. I think it's just bad advertising at the of data that fluctuates dramatically.
I think if they're going to take the responsibility of putting out a report, they should be comfortable sharing the methodology so we can look at it.
I think,
Everybody look
I
at it.
think the problem.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I think it's interesting, though, that none of the Fairfield beaches have been closed, period. And a lot of.
Jennings, I think, saw
But
us.
that's part and parcel of it. I mean, there's no reason for us to, I think, get defensive about this. It's,
Exactly.
hey, our data doesn't show that. Can you share yours?
That's.
And then we be quiet and we wait.
We haven't had much rain. We haven't had any rain, realistically.
Yeah, this is from the beginning of the year. This study came out, beginning of the summer. All right,
So
we're-
can I ask
Yeah.
one question? Tim, one question. The grade that came out talks about it talks about the sewage systems, it talks about Vibrio versus other types of bacteria. I'm not so concerned about selling clam permits as I am, how does this affect the property values, the economy? I assume this is all tied to how people perceive the Fairfield beaches to be clean.
Yeah, and I think it's really kind of a beachgoer type of grade. But it does go up and down. I think at the time it was released, or actually I got it before it was released, with the first selectman and the health department. We had discussed that, and yeah, I think there's again there's some kind of bad press, so to speak. But I think really on smaller scale, the economy of beachgoers, how many people are going to say, I'm not going there because, it got a bad grade? Then again, how many people see it? Is it measurable economically? I don't know. Is the parking lot less crowded because no one wants to go to the D beach? Doubt it. I don't know that for a fact. So I don't know. I think it's, and when we did go back historically, because that question came up and everyone had that first sticker shock, like, wow, Sasco got a D, Bridgeport has a D. Like, we're not that as dirty as their beach. And when we went back, last year was an A, and the year before that was a C, and then the year before that was a B. So it's you just see this same type of cycle up and down, and maybe Bridgeport released, maybe their treatment plant was, or our treatment plant was, the tide changed, and the day they sampled, had different data, or so, I don't know, but I think we're onto something with at least getting some methodology so we could interpret the data accurately.
We're all after the same thing. We want good
then make
beaches
an opinion
for
about it.
clams and for swimming.
So here's
So
the
if
thing is that
they disagree, let's.
clamming hasn't been closed. Our numbers have never exceeded the limit. So whatever they were testing for, I mean, we haven't been shot, and we're the Shellfish Commission. So we're really only interested in the shellfish.
Yeah.
If
They're
people's
talking-
houses go down in value because of a study, it's really not our concern because shellfish is good. So,
Save the Sounds report was due to fecal bacteria. That's what they're saying.
yeah, well, fecal coliform, that's what we
Okay, but
also.
if we're measuring for that, then I guess what I'm saying is, it will impact on some level, explicitly or implicitly, shellfish sales. If people think it's dirty,
Well,
they don't want to buy it.
But, I
We're only
mean,
17 behind what we sold last year.
That's the
it
original
will
reason I
affect
asked
it,
that question
but-
was because with the fecal bacteria information out there, have we lost any sales?
And again,
This is also
and we already
the first
sold
year.
these prior to the report coming. I'm not trying to ring the bell and say we should get scared about this, but if an ongoing drumbeat of Sasco's not clean gets out there,
Proactive in
then
that
we're
way.
done for a couple of years while people are like, all right, well, we keep reading reports that say it's dirty. I think we ought to be ahead of it so that if they've done something that is short-term, wasn't measured the way the state of Connecticut thinks it should be done, that we say, hey, guys, please understand the impact that you have on our shellfishing.
So I think when the study came out, it was published on a few of the local things, but really when this other thing came out, which everyone is getting these on, I don't know, Facebook and Instagram, I don't know if you've seen them, that
I haven't seen
it's
it,
like a
but
local.
I'm sure it'll come up tonight.
Cali Press or something, I don't know.
It's not
But
Save
they
the Sound.
do, Save the Sound did the report. This
Right.
is someone made a reel about it.
Okay.
And it goes all over, and it's like a local person that does like,
Got
features on houses in Southport and Westport and institutions in Connecticut. And they really published it. It went out to a lot of people. My feeling is they should really do something positive towards this towards the Shellfish Commission, because they kind of, we're hurting in sales maybe because of it, like you guys said.
Yeah, but it's not shoot the messenger. If they're basing a reel on something that was published, we can't say, don't do that. That was
So-
published. We go to the source and we say, please help us understand how you did this.
So-
Here's what's happening.
Oh, I hear
If
you.
you've done
I
this.
know
So
what you're saying.
let's not go in reverse order.
Or we invite
We
this
go this
person
order.
to a meeting.
Right. So we should look at the report, because I haven't actually even looked at the report. I only know of it.
Let's send it up to Milford and say, hey, what's wrong with this report from a statistical
Right.
sampling, whatever you want to call it, perspective, send it back to us, and then let's go to wherever it was published and say, hey, we'd like to make sure people are educated in terms of some different reports that are coming out. Here's what the state says regarding Save the Sounds report. Boom, 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 boom. Net,
So, all right.
Shouldn't
so
affect you
let's do
buying
that.
a-
So who's willing to get?
I'll do it.
We all want to look at the report?
Yeah.
And then will you send it up to Alyssa or Dave?
100%.
And say, how does this,
Please look at this and compare what we supply you with
So
to show
I
that
know you
it's
can get
safe
the study.
to
It's
go
online.
clamming. Where do we differ and why do we differ?
right?
And what is the frequency of testing with Save the Sound?
But that's not important to us. It's important to the statisticians to say they're not testing enough. We don't have to say, what's the number? Oh, your number's different than ours. We say to the people that say the reason which should be done in these intervals is the following. If they're doing it less than that, it's not statistically significant. Whatever they're going to say. I don't want to get into, we did it 5 times and they did it once.
Yeah, but if
My
our
only-
numbers
my
are
only-
always coming back, are we testing for the same thing? That's what we need to really find out.
But
So how could our numbers come back good all the time?
Right. And they're saying it's not good.
They're being sent to a lab, like,
Now they test
we
in food
follow
sources.
all the protocol and everything.
The important thing is that the Shellfish Commission, we have a finger on the scale. We want shellfishing. It's not us saying they're doing it wrong. The state says they did it wrong.
Right.
It's not us. That's my point.
All right, so you're gonna get this report and ask Dave, how does this,
Tim, can you help me get the report? Their methodology, all that stuff? The report, well, I'm sure I can find online.
online, yeah.
Will just be published what they found, but I don't think they're gonna list methodology. So we're looking for a deeper dive. Is that,
Yeah,
can we,
no
I'll
problem.
do a call
I
with
could
you?
help you. Yeah. Shoot me an email, we'll coordinate.
Thanks.
I mean, it certainly contradicts what the Bureau of Aquaculture is tasked to do with the safety of the shellfish,
Yep.
which they do diligently throughout the whole state. So I don't think they're asleep at the switch. And they have a far greater responsibility than Save the Sound. And they have not found any problem, period.
so
That's
we're gonna
where-
do a little
that's where we
research.
should Shine the light there.
So here's another thing I'm gonna
Social
get into
media.
right now is that, it's nice to say all this, but we really need to like show up and do the things that we say. So if we're gonna do this, Sean, I know you're
Yeah.
gonna handle it because, so you can probably get this, Save the Sun study, take a look at it, and then you can talk to Dave. I'd set up an appointment with him because he's tough to get and talk to.
Dave.
Dave Carey at Aquaculture. If not, Alyssa. Dragon.
Yep.
Okay, let's get on.
You good, Sean?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna get off water and habitat quality. Till next meeting. Permits and access. Who wants it, Lizette or Bruce? Bruce?
We've sold
I've
two
got, I've
hundred,
got that.
Lizette's
Yeah,
got
here,
it.
you got it?
okay, we sold 295 permits year-to-date for a revenue of $4,990, $5,000, round numbers. Of those, 147 are resident, 129 are senior, and 19 are non-resident.
So not too bad. It'd be nice if we could sell a few more. We'll talk about that in communication. Well, no, we can talk about it now. So if we're gonna do a relay right before Labor Day, and we get something out there that we're stocking, or
100%.
be a special treat for Labor Day, a lot of little necks. And then we'll be doing a relay shortly after that. And we might be, and then oyster season opens on October 1st. So maybe we can get a few more sales before the end. We always get them before the end of the year. Some people don't buy them till fall.
Yeah.
There's some guys that only go out in the winter. So
Do you keep records, new sales versus existing customers or previous customers?
Permits?
I don't think so.
A lot of it used to be done by hand. I mean, they could probably look back now because it's in the system, because it's done by computer, but
Right.
people used to go in and they used to handwrite them all.
Yeah, they were all handwritten
It
up
was
to.
different. I mean, when you look at the numbers, we've been going up since 2015.
Yeah.
We've had 1 year,
But-
22 is a high number, but, you know,
But to your point, now that we are on the Parks and Rec database, we will have, which started within the last year or two, now we will be able to say who were first-time buyers. We could, because we will know who's gotten, and we will be able to theoretically go in and say how many men, how many women. I mean, you can parse this
Right,
in
so.
a lot of different ways.
we
I
don't
don't
have
think
to
it makes
split up
they used to
the-
send a renewal out to people.
But we could dice up the 350 people however we want. We need to sell over 1,000 permits.
Do we notice Parks and Rec send an email to people and say like, hey, do you want the same stuff you bought last year? Or do they basically try and renew you? Or is it go in fresh every year and?
So they send you reminders every year.
Okay.
To renew your whatever permits, you got your golf permit,
Yeah,
that
so
kind
then
of stuff.
we'll be
Your
part of
beach
that.
sticker, everything like
Yes, I think
that.
when you go, it's just like,
Yep.
just
So-
tick down the list.
Yep.
If someone could figure out how to do that, I guess we could do that. Or have Parks and Rec do it, right? What else, permits? All right, so we'll get some info out there, hopefully get some more permits. So, Southport Beach reopening, no report. Commercial shellfish regulations, we're gonna go with no report. Oyster bed development. So, we got, all the shell got into the water. Conservation staff did a great job. We spent a full day and I think we got about 9 or 10 yards into the water. What did, the dump truck, Tim, what is that, a 3-yard? 2.5?
We're using ours or the Public Works. I wasn't there.
It was a
Is it white or orange?
Yeah, it was conservation, yeah.
conservation.
Oh, wait. No, Garlock was bringing it down. Right? Or did-
Yeah, so it's probably Public Works.
It was a pretty good, we got at least 10 yards in,
Boy, your guys,
200 plus bushels.
your guys were great. They were really good, Tim. They were excited to do.
Oh, yeah. Nice boat ride.
Our season.
It's
The
a
college kids are great. No, they've been great. This is 3 of them. It's their 3rd summer returning, so they're doing a good job.
Yeah, there was no issues. So we got a bunch of shell in the water. We put it up past the 2 islands there. And then I also put in 21 or 22 SPAC collectors last month. I think it was around somewhere July 8th, or do you remember?
Something like that.
Right before the 10th. So there's SPAC collectors out there, the shell is in. We do have some oysters in bags and some shell in bags hanging over at South Benson. So someone on Riverside Drive had asked if we would put shell in for them behind their, not for them, but behind their house that, the creek goes up in there in a little lagoon. And I went and looked at it and I said yes. And then I got injured, I hurt my finger in that. And just getting in the shell with conservation was interesting. But we got it
Why do
done.
they want the shell? They just like to look?
No, they have, so they know that we do it around the corner and they
Yeah.
want to know if we do it up behind their place. So I said yes, but it didn't get done. What I'm thinking is maybe we could put in a layer of shell and then we have this live oyster in these bags. Why not throw some live oysters on it? And then if the oysters survive, then they can spawn next year and it'll land on that shell. So I don't know if anyone has any time coming up, but it's getting busy again, school's starting, a lot of traveling. Probably need like 1 or 2 people.
I can do when I'm around. I should be around a good amount next few weeks, but I'm traveling also.
Okay,
Yeah, I can help.
all right,
I'm traveling September, but I can help.
okay. I don't know if you guys have any time or not, Tim, if we did it during a weekday, but if not.
Yeah. I would say in the next couple weeks, while I still have the seasonals, would be good for us.
All right, it's like 20 buckets of shell and a few buckets of oysters. So, maybe an hour's worth of work, hour and a half, if that. So I'll get in
Okay,
touch.
yeah, no problem. Just let me know. I lost 1 already. I have 3 left.
I'll talk to them and then I'll send an email out to everyone in the commission. We'll set up a time within the next couple weeks.
Yeah, you need a good tide.
The spot we're putting it, I don't think it matters if it's low or high. We're gonna walk through a backyard and just put it right in the creek right there.
Oh, you're not doing it by boat.
No, it's on the other side of where you're putting a new tide gate in over there also, right, Tim?
Yeah, that's in the design phase right now at that part of Riverside. Last meeting on Monday, we're right now leaning towards leaving the pipe the same size with a SRT, and then probably installing 1 or 2 sluice gates. So it'll be 3 pipes really, but only 1 functioning. Give us the ability to drain water in a storm, or should we need to in the next 30 years with sea rise.
It's still gonna stay intertidal in there though, right?
Yes, absolutely. So that whole setup will get ripped out and replaced.
All right. That's a little bit down from this property, so it's fine. Yeah, we just go right through the backyard, down a couple steps, and then give the shell a heave into the water, cover this area. And
So
then
put it on a truck and drive it
out.
over? Is that it?
Hmm?
Put it on a truck and drive it over to the house?
All right, I'll figure all that out and I'll send out the email to you guys. I don't think there's anything else on Oyster Bed Development.
No.
Communications.
I haven't been involved, so.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
Kendra? Bruce?
Nothing special. I think that what Tim put out in his conservation newsletter was good.
You guys see that?
I did see it.
And
Email?
that was well-written and nice pictures, nice write-up, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good newsletter. And we got,
Thank you. Yeah, we started those quarterly. This is the second one. We're doing them, like I said, quarterly, trying to tie it in with the seasons, capture kind of the 4 or 5 fingers of the department purview. I wanted to make sure we got coverage in there, but that's already on our department homepage, and that will be in the first selectman's newsletter in the next go round. So get some more FaceTime with the public.
Now, I agree, that was well done. Why not a section on the more positive reviews of the water in Fairfield?
that's Conservation's newsletter.
We're not part of that.
Well, we are, yeah, but we do our own newsletter when we do our.
Understood?
But I hear what you're saying. I think we need to get more information before we can respond. And we need-
Yeah, let me go to battle first. Okay, don't come back.
Also, communications. Can anyone write a story?
Like how,
I think
how,
Kendra's got
about
a
400
list.
pages or?
Yeah,
Any of us?
Um,
a story, sure, on what? The newsletter?
on the Shellfish Commission, not on the newsletter, no.
What do you mean, can anyone write a story?
A magazine's been asking me
Novel.
to get a story together. I'm not a writer.
What's
I
the-
thought my
what's the
daughter was gonna
idea?
help me, she left for college.
What's the point?
I'm happy to write it if you give me the details and what you'd like it to say.
Yes.
And that- and then I can get quotes from you all, et cetera.
Okay.
Or I
it's-
can speak with the magazine if it's easier for you.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay, so Kendra, you can write a story.
Sure.
Hugh, so it's a story, she said, write about the Shellfish Commission. What is the
No,
Shellfish?
I
What's
studied
the magazine?
literature, so I just,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
It's like whatever we come up with.
Okay.
I have the details.
Okay.
What's the
Who
name
is
of
it
the
for?
publication? Who's it for?
It's like Fairfield Neighbors.
Okay, sure.
I think it's a free magazine.
I'll harken back to when we were doing those rain jackets, and I wanted bulletproof, almost kind of like Miami Vice, like we were guarding the shore. Like, I think this should be done to make this look like a ridiculously sexy and like
Wow.
fun
So-
part of the community, like over the top.
Just
So
gonna
if someone
say
joins,
something
they're
is-
very
I
disappointed.
don't know if we can go there because I put them off for 3 months
It'll
now.
cost more than the permit.
You can tell AI to do it right in the
We're going
voice of
for-
John Dutton.
We're going for a fall issue, so we're probably gonna have to do something regarding oysters that open October 1st. If, you know, so I'll get the details, I'll send the email out.
I have to
Another
make this
email.
Okay.
All right,
That's true.
Can't see having that much time on my hands to.
all right.
And we can speak, John, whenever you have a moment for
Okay,
the details.
Sexy it up.
all right.
Absolutely.
Anything else on communications?
Not for me.
Upwellers, I didn't start them. If we want to, we can. We do have, like I said, we have some oysters, so we could put those in there. Is anyone interested in doing that?
I'm sorry, what was it?
The upwellers. So what do we need? They're in place, the pump, they just need to be plugged in, or,
So I just have to set it up and start it up.
and we take the clams that we have in,
We take some of the oysters that we have,
the oysters from South Benson.
yeah,
Put them in there.
yeah,
How
and I
long
could
can it
possibly
run
get
for?
some seed. Run it for like 2 months. They'll grow probably 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, being in there, maybe an inch. So,
If I'm around, I'll do the manual labor.
all right, so if I start the machine.
Yep.
It's basically the cleaning, so once every couple of weeks, we gotta take the stuff out of there and hose it off and put it back in.
You got a power washer, didn't you?
We have a power washer now, a good one.
I'll do what I can. Whatever you tell me to do, I'll do. I don't know what this is, but
It's,
try, just tell me.
yeah, so we have these machines and we pump the seawater into them, they're full of oysters in these trays. And then the excess water and goes out, but there's a lot of biofouling on the oysters. So we have to take the trays out and hose them all off and then put them all back in.
They're in baskets, right?
Yeah, we have baskets, there's trays, I got a new tray that'll fit in there. I wanna make it kinda easy where there's only a couple trays, just lift up the top, you're not reaching way down, nothing's too heavy. We're not gonna have a lot in there, but, it's a good thing to have going at least. And then when Mill River does their thing in the fall, I can have the oysters over there and show them that. So,
That's true. Easy access.
So just so that people are aware, we have the spat collectors. In a couple of months, we'll pull the spat collectors out on a Saturday, and we'll get a bunch of people, volunteers, and the spat collectors look like a Frisbee on a piece of rebar. You have to scrape the spat off the Frisbee, put them into buckets. And then you take what's in the buckets, and we have a big rinsing machine. It's a big stainless steel drum with, put the buckets of oysters, baby oysters in there and turn it and they get clean. Then we take those cleaned baby oysters and we put them into bags. We take a sort of a funnel, and these are bags like this, and we hang them off the dock in South Benson. And over the course of the winter, they grow. And that's what we have now.
No, they stay dormant in the winter, and then we put them after the winter,
Yeah.
then we put them into the upwellers and grow them out an inch or so, and then we plant them. So, we put in, I don't know how many seasons we've done it, but I don't know, we planted the 500,000 oysters that we caught the spat and then grew out in different manners. We put them at Sasko or in Ash Creek, Sasko Creek. So, I'll start the machine, and then if you show up, you'll learn a ton.
I was gonna say, if you could put it into the email thread, that would be awesome, when and where,
Yeah.
even just so I could learn.
So if you
Let's
show
do some
up
good
to these
pictures,
things, you learn a lot really fast.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
To see the oysters and how
But
they
we need
feed
people
and-
to be there.
Yeah.
Thinking
So-
about it doesn't help.
I'll
All
be-
right, so,
Kendra, did you get pictures? I know you sent something out about pictures for the clam clinic.
yes, that was, I sent that out,
Oh, you did?
and that, they were used in the
I don't think I
conservation.
sent any pictures in.
That's fine. Kendra had about 60 of them or so, I don't know. A bunch of
Yeah. They're on our social media, and then, Tim, you did an awesome job, on the newsletter, and they are on his newsletter.
them.
Thank you. Well, thanks for sending those, John and everyone else. It's came out really well. I give the credit to Nicole for her creativeness and design, which my brain lacks. So, did a great job.
All right. So I'll be sending out the email when the upbullers are up and running. I'll run them for a week before I send the email out to make sure that everything's okay. All right, reports from the Conservation Department. So our shellfish fund balance is $23,378.43 as of July 31st. Big chunk of that was clam clinic. Shellfish permits, 295 as of July 31st, 2025 is reported. Shellfish closure period, as of July 31st, open 190 days, closed 22 days as reported. And our Shellfish Commission budget status is no report. All right, Tim? Old business. So we basically discussed our plans and goals for the year. Every meeting we seem to discuss that, so that's good. Clam clinic discussion. So we haven't had a meeting since the clam clinic, right? So what did you guys think?
I wasn't there.
You weren't there, that's right. I was Poland.
Classy.
I think that it speaks for itself. We had questionable weather. A couple of hundred people turned out. And people had fun. Now we have a steel band, we have rakes, we have ice, we have clams, we have chowder. And everybody has a good time. I mean,
I think it went well. I
Really
have had,
well, right?
I have had people ask me if we were doing again in September. But they remember going to the one in September
Right.
last year.
So it's already our August meeting, so I
But
was
instead
thinking
of
of a fall party. September would be out because we'd have to be planning it right now,
We're gonna do the relay.
and we're spending $3,500 on clams,
But just for future reference, and maybe we look
so.
forward to maybe
So.
doing a spring and a fall.
That's my first one, and I was impressed with how many people came out on not a great day.
So how big could we make
And
the,
liked your clam chowder.
if our oyster season starts in October, how big could we make the oyster side of Sasko Beach? Because it could be clam clinic in the spring, oyster clinic in the fall. Makes it,
So right now, I don't know if there's enough oysters to do
Yeah,
that.
oysters are too iffy.
most of the oysters are on the
Yeah,
jetty.
they're on the jetties now,
Hit or
so.
miss.
Well, but what I'm trying to think of is, number one, it'd be fun to just change it, but number two, we're speaking to what the permit gets you. The permit doesn't just get you clams, it also gets you oysters. Maybe some people don't like clams, maybe this means more permits, maybe this means
I'm trying to think, so
families view it as a broader
the only
opportunity.
time we can move oysters, the only restricted relay area we have is really the Mill River that has oysters in it. And that doesn't go to restricted relay until the boats are out in November. So can't move any oysters from there. Ash Creek, that's prohibited. Everything else is pretty much prohibited where there's oysters. So if we wanted to have where people could actually catch some oysters,
Yep.
we could buy some oysters and scatter them around in the rocks and the grass. and
What's the
stuff.
cost of oyster purchase gonna be compared to clams?
I bet about 50 cents a piece, probably.
Hmm. A lot more expensive.
So 50.
Yeah.
Wholesale price is somewhere around there, so that's
Mhm.
the best we could get. What else do we do? So I was doing a job at Rico's Pizza, and two people that went to the clinic that day went there to get pizza, and they were like, "Oh, we were just at this event. It was so great, blah, blah, blah." So Rico's found out I was the chairman of the commission, and they're like, "We totally want to be involved if you do it again."
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we could have clam pizza if they were willing to kick up
I love clam.
30 or 40 pies, 50 pies, something like that. You never know.
Awesome.
So that's something, or they could make something else. I don't know if they make like Clams Casino or anything, but we'd have to try to get, I don't know if we could get any oysters for that, but how could we do it?
I don't know, I mean, if we're talking about strategic, if we want to get, let's call it 10% of the town at some point to have a permit, 20%, whatever it might be, we're gonna have to push it on social media, we're gonna have to talk it up, but we're also gonna have to provide more.
The tricky part about the oysters is that in the past, we have had times when there are a lot of oysters.
Yeah.
Presently, there are not a lot.
And one storm changes it. 'Cause they
So
can be there
we-
in one bad storm
Yeah,
and.
so we actually got the oysters, the big blowout of oysters we had 5 years ago was from like Superstorm Sandy. It turned up a lot of shell that was down at the bottom for a long time. And the spat caught on that. So we had oysters everywhere all over Sasko. But as they get picked and they float away and all that, now there's a few oysters. We're actually lucky to even have an oyster down there. It's a beach, it's a sandy beach. And we have a few rocks that catch oysters. Probably because Mill River's dumping so much spat out, and same with Pine Creek over there. So, but normally, that beach really, it shouldn't have an oyster bed on it. We've tried our hardest to plant oysters there, and that's probably also another reason why there's some oysters there.
It's really hard to keep shell there.
You know, anything, you know, it'd be great if like, we could relay oysters, because we could just rake up a whole pile of them over in Mill River, but it's prohibited as a, well, what is it, not restricted relay, it's the next one up, which is, it's a 6-month period, so, or it's just prohibited.
Yep.
If we,
Think
if we
about it.
took, if we took them out of the Mill River in May,
Yeah, when it's restricted relay, it's only a 2-week turnaround.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So, but it's only when there's no boats in the water, you know. I have to look at the map and see.
So you said
how
we're
far.
paying,
Maybe the prohibited area could just be where all the boats are. I'm not sure if it goes all the way up to Tide Mill or not.
No,
what are we paying per clam for the buy?
What did I say we had? Something like 8,700, and it cost us $2,500. What's that? 30 cents a clam.
Got it. I mean, 50 cents if we could do them for the, it's a premium, but would we?
We'd
do-
only buy 500 of them.
But yep, so we do it in a smaller area.
They're all gonna get found.
We do it in a smaller area. I think it would be helpful for us in explaining to people what a permit gets you and being able to say, hey, it's a new season. If you enjoyed the clams, we're gonna have oysters. Here's where it's gonna be. It's not gonna be the whole the whole beach. It's gonna be near the jetty, whatever it is where you think we can do it. And then that opens up a new front, and then that's another reason to get that permit for the family. That's all.
It's making it more marketable. It's not just a clam permit.
could try to get a
it's clam and
donation.
oyster permit.
Also,
Try to get what?
I could try to get some oysters donated, maybe. You know, maybe they give us a better price.
I mean, if we're talking about doing a fall event, wouldn't that be just a great announcement to the fall? It's a different product, another reason to get one. I think it helps
Plus,
strategically.
the bed will be chock full of clams at the same time.
Yep.
So if you market it right,
Right.
possibly sell some permits.
Yep.
If we sell 50 more permits, that would be, that would be perfect, right? We're at 295. So,
When's this fall event? What do we want to do?
well, it
October.
would probably have
Check
to
the
be
times.
October now because
Yep.
Gonna have to be October.
it can't be September. But the weather's usually good in October. It would be midday, whatever, mid-afternoon or something. And we don't have to bring the rakes or anything like that, because it's all, we bring a couple hammers, we bring, gauge to measure them, 3 inches or whatever. And people could just go pick them,
As long as the
and
New
then
York
stop by the
Giants aren't
table.
playing.
We could do a little demonstration with the oysters on how to open them, that whole thing. So, all right, why don't we plan on planning that next month? And this will be a lot smaller. It will be only open to permit holders.
Yep.
So people have to buy a permit.
Yep.
And maybe we can get that together.
Is there a student rate for the permits, including the universities?
No, yes, there is. It's $20. No, we only have 3. So we have our regular resident rate, which is $20. We have our senior rate, which is $10. And we have our non-resident rate, which is $40.
We're gonna use the results of this water quality thing to kick that off as well, which is, we can use it to make sure people know it is safe. Here's what the state says, October Oyster Palooza.
The permits, we used to have a breakdown for all different categories, and it was just too much, so we simplified it, and our prices are super cheap on these things, so there's no reason to discount any further than that. We could raise the permits, which we talked about doing before the end of the year. So we're gonna set up a meeting, a special meeting. I think we need a special meeting for that.
I think for residents, $25, and for seniors, $15 is fair.
Yeah, so when we used to have a lot more permit sales coming up to the counter, we couldn't make the change all the time.
Okay.
The Conservation Department couldn't, so we made it a little easier, but now the majority of our permit sales are online. So we could raise it and have like a 5,
Mm-hmm.
and 20 and 40, which we will be raising it this year. It's just, we've outspent on clams alone our
Mhm.
permits, so we didn't need to raise the rates.
Okay, perfect.
All right. What else on the clam plan? You had a good time? You?
Yeah, it was good.
Did you get any chowder?
I had a little bit. I was reluctant, but I did have some.
How many times do they play under this?
What do they play?
Somebody waiting.
It's all the same. All right, so, yeah, the band was great. River Wetland Committee showed up there, and they got a couple of volunteers out of it, so that worked out for them. We sold $710 worth of t-shirts and hats. We sold all the blue hats, so we had approved something like $1,500 for hats and shirts. So I put in, we only spent $1,100 or something like that. So I put in an order for a dozen more of the blue hats. We could always, if someone posted a picture of those online, people might want to purchase them at the next
Mhm.
event we do.
Okay.
Have at least some hats and shirts for this event coming up.
How much are they?
How much did we sell them for?
Yes, the hats.
I think the hats were $25 and the shirts were 20.
Okay. Because I'm happy to take a photo and put it on social media.
Okay. Did you get one of the hats? Or
I did. I
What
have one.
hat did I give you? I gave you a red one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so we had the gray and the blue ones, which we gotta push the gray ones because no one wants them.
I got a gray, a little dull.
Oh, you got the gray?
I got a gray.
You look better in the store. All right.
I didn't get any hats.
You didn't get a hat?
Didn't get a hat.
Oh, you get a red hat. So it's down at the locker, you get a red hat for the
That's official.
commissioners.
You can remember this.
All right. Anything else on the clam planning? So I'm gonna take the new business, the Mill River Wetland presentation, which was actually flood and erosion presentation on coastal resiliency. That's gonna go into old business, and we'll discuss that now. So John Dilly from the Flood and Erosion Commission, our board, came in to talk about coastal resiliency, and there's a, they're having a study done by Race and Sampson, something in Sampson,
Weston and Sampson.
Weston and Sampson Environmental Company, to do a study for the town of Fairfield and see if the town could make improvements on their coastal resiliency and try to avert flooding. Came to us because our natural beds are basically the whole bottom of Fairfield's coastal waters. So any changes or anything like that has to be, we have to look at the impacts. He did mention possibly trying to use Shell for coastal resiliency to fight storms and that, which is, there's new guidelines this year on the shell planting and restoration and things like that, where you can't create sanctuaries, all kinds of things. So there's a lot that's going to go into it. I might have to attend the flood and erosion meeting, but I'm going to have a response to his presentation. You'll probably, if you want to hear what he had to say, it'll be on the minutes online, and but there'll be more to it coming up. But we will have to be involved. He said he was asking if we wanted to be involved or not, but we don't have. It's not a decision because we have to comment on the bottom of what's being done. So it affects our natural bed, where we get our clams for our relays and all that. So we have a very small natural bed in Fairfield. So any changes to that could affect the Shellfish Commission. So we have to pay attention to what's going on over there. I can't really answer any questions on that. It was kind of almost like a chat last week, the meeting, last month. Informational. Mill River Wetland Committee has asked if we would be interested in helping them out in the estuary day. They've changed it to fall now, so it was in the spring. So in the spring, I went and helped them. I ran a table that had oysters that we had hanging in the bags. It had shell. I explained everything we do in the creek and all that. My son volunteered, and we brought down buckets of shell and let the kids walk out and plant the shell. So they have a whole area of shell that they planted. Now in the fall, the new kids will be able to go and see the spat, hopefully, growing on that shell that those kids put in. But they have, they've changed it to fall now, and they're looking for some volunteers. I don't know if anyone's interested or not. I told them I'm actually available for all of it. So I'll help them as much as I can. During the day, I have the email here, so I will send out the attachment with all the dates. You're working?
We never know, because sometimes Westport has
Oh,
PD days and stuff like that that don't match up with Fairfield. So
Oh.
I may not be working, so you never know. So
Okay.
always
it's
send the
really,
dates.
it's easy.
Yeah, these are all middle schoolers, and they break them up into teams. It's really well organized. And
Yeah, I brought, my daughter's boyfriend was here and, I threw a shirt on him and he came down and he knows nothing about
Oh.
oysters, but.
Eric may be able to help out too.
Yeah, so, yeah, it would be great, because they still want to do something down by the water, and I think we'll just do one area this time, because I had my son down at the bottom with the shell, him and his friend were putting the shell in the water with the kids, and then I was up over here with these other display tanks and things like that. They're seventh graders.
I don't like kids.
Well, it's very easy. You have a tank.
Yeah, I bet there's a good chance we
You
could
get
get
some
Eric
crabs
to help
crawling
you out.
around in
I
there.
bet you there's a good
Some
chance.
shrimp, some fish, and they're like amazed, you know, they just want to play with the crabs. So, no matter what you say, some of them hear it. Well, I think a few of them came to the clinic, because they were definitely interested in that, like digging up their own clams. But it's a good way to, you know, get the kids get the knowledge, and then they tell their parents, hey, the Shellfish Commission was there, and we could get a permit, you know. But it's, if you do those 10 days in a row or whatever it is, it's not 10 days, but it seemed like it. Say the same thing over and over. So if we could, if there was more than one person, then someone else could talk or just take a day on their own.
because when they come in, they bring 3 or 4 busloads. They come sequentially. So,
Well, 2 or 3 busloads, so.
okay, they're 2 or 3, but they're teams, so they rotate. So they'll come and they'll do one thing, and then another group will come in. And
I have the schedule here. Oh, here it is. I'll send it to you guys now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
anyone interested in doing that?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to send an email to Samantha Anderson and let her know.
I'll try as well. If you send the dates with work, I'll try.
It's in there.
Okay,
You can monitor Eric. Hey, he knows the stuff, he likes it,
this
you know.
isn't downloading. I'll send this later when I get home. Okay, any other new business?
Can I just ask if I approach some of the college students, are they considered residents for the fee, for the permits?
I don't
The
know.
town decided.
We have to vote on it. What do you guys?
Okay.
I mean, so if they were to get something at the, through the rec department, how does the rec department do it?
We have student
Well-
price. I mean,
We ask for driver's licenses at the counter.
So they'd actually have to be a resident of Fairfield.
if they're
I
renting.
didn't really see college students going, because they're not gonna have rakes, they don't have the equipment.
Well, we offer, for the clam clinic, we offer rakes. Some of the seniors all live along the beach. I just thought it's one more venue I can contact.
they're not allowed to use them by the beach, though.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. They start clamming in front of their beach houses.
Right, yeah, that's not allowed, just for
Yeah,
the
it's-
clinic.
Well, for the clinic, they're able to come. For
And
Oh, for the
Sasser.
oyster clinic, you mean?
You know, if they're not a resident of Fairfield, it's,
Okay, no worries.
yeah, it's too hard to,
Too busy
you know.
at Sea Grape.
Okay.
They need that,
Some of them did establish residency because they registered to vote.
right.
Right.
Well, but, I mean, they either have a beach pass or they don't, whether residency or not. I mean, we're not making the beach open again.
You know what? When the college kid comes in to buy the permit, and we'll figure it out then. I think.
Okay.
I don't think this has ever come up, so. Tim, what do you think we should do? I say if they just have to be a resident of Fairfield to get resident rates.
Yeah, I don't think it's a demographic that's popular. At least I haven't seen when I'm at the counter. And I think, you know, to make exceptions for one person has to prove their residency with a license and somebody else doesn't. I think it complicates things unnecessarily.
We're just gonna leave it the same. All right. What was I gonna say? Anything else in other? So, something else in informational actually is, we have a new predator in the sound. They've probably been here before, but the cow nose rays have come.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of them, and they eat oysters, clams, mussels, and crabs. So
How do they break them open?
they have a really strong lowered plate or
Crack 'em?
something, and they crack them open.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, what are they called?
Cow nose rays. My friend caught one the other day. It was 34 pounds.
Jesus.
Like,
People have posted some pictures online. They've seen him at the beaches and stuff.
they're around, yeah. So they're not going to affect us in any way,
Are they a
but
fish or a ray, stingray?
stingray. Yeah, with a long, thin
Yeah.
tail, I guess you would call it.
Huh.
That's it for me. Any other? You're the public, so.
No public comment.
Who wants to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting ad-
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.